Are you finding it difficult to find the time to study? Does it seem every time you plan to study, something else comes up and takes that time instead? Do you keep saying, I'll do it next February, I'll do the bar next July, but the time never comes for you to actually do it? If you find yourself chronically postponing your bar exam or pushing off your studying until you have no choice but to withdraw, you'll want to listen to the end. I'm going to help you understand what's happening and how you can get relief from this feeling of not finishing what you started and not keeping your promises to yourself. Because those two things can really deal a blow to your internal sense of self, your self image, and therefore what you allow yourself to accomplish and to receive in the outside world. So let's handle this so that your inner world is pristine and you can live a life you're absolutely in love with or without the bar. Let's do it. Hey, I'm Jennifer DeClaire, bar exam mentor and attorney life coach, helping you build a life that you're in love with. If you're new to my channel, go ahead, hit subscribe, and hit like on the videos that speak to you. I'd love to welcome you into my community. You can look down below for resources to help you in any stage of the bar exam journey that you may be in. Whether you're a first-time taker, a repeat taker, or you're gearing up for your law career now that you've passed the bar, you'll find resources down below, and I welcome you into our community. When it comes to chronically postponing the bar exam or saying that I'm going to take it next July, but not actually taking the steps necessary to be ready to take it next July, what is actually happening here? Let's start with this principle. Where your time and your money goes, that's where your priorities lie. Let's do a simple exercise. Look at your bank statement for the last 30 days. What have you been predominantly spending money on? Are they things for your children? That means they are your priority. Are they things for your leisure, like going out to eat, entertainment, traveling? That means that this is your priority. Are they things for your love life? Let's say you're going to relationship counseling, or you're reading relationship books, or you're taking relationship courses, or you're doing things to enhance the relationship with your spouse or significant other. This is your priority. Maybe you're spending the money on personal growth courses or personal growth books. So your personal growth is your priority. Maybe you're donating a huge chunk of your cash to your church or some other philanthropic organization. So having a charitable impact is your priority. Maybe you're spending money on the gym and healthy foods and exercise clothes. Then your physical health is your priority. You can easily look at your finances and see where the bulk of your money is going and see what your priority is. Even if you spend money on your home, surely you could downsize, live in a different neighborhood, live in a different town, but you pay for the home that you are living in right now because either it's proximal to your school, your education, your mental development, your learning and growth is your priority. Or maybe you're paying for this particular home because it's close to family. Well, family connections is your priority. Maybe you're paying for this particular home because it's in a nice gated community and the neighbors are nice and the scenery is nice. Then status is your priority. And there's a little bit of hedonism in all of us. All of us want and desire a certain level of status. There's nothing wrong with that word at all, and nothing wrong with that being a priority either. All of us rank 1 to 3 of these different areas of life more highly than the others. You'll see that if you go through and look at your expenses and see where your money goes. Now that you've got the hang of it, do the same thing with your time. Where do you spend your time? What do you spend most of your free time doing? Again, there's relationships, there's family and friends, there's entertainment, there's status, there's personal growth and development, there's intellectual growth and learning, there's spiritual, and there's charitable. So look at all the different areas of your life and see where your time and money is going. You may be spending money for money. For example, your money might be going to savings because you value having money, right? So look at finances too, if time and money goes towards the financial area of your life. Now, with all that being said, you can take a good hard look at the bar exam and see where that falls on the spectrum for you. How much of your time and how much of your money is going towards it. And if you find that it ranks pretty low compared to other areas, if expenses on the bar exam and time on the bar exam doesn't even, hold a candle to time that you spend for your physical health, for example, or time that you spend with family and friends, for example, if that's the case, then you could be sure that the bar exam is pretty low on your list of priorities. And I'm here to tell you right now, there is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem comes when we keep telling ourselves that the bar exam is a priority. I'm going to get it done. I need to get it done. I need to do this thing already. And then your actions aren't following up with that intent. So what you're doing is like the boyfriend that promises you pie in the sky things and never follows through. How long till you stop trusting that person? How long till you start seeing them not seriously? And are you doing that to yourself? By continuously saying, I'm going to do this, I need to do this, I'm doing it next July, and yet not taking the steps to making that commitment a reality. And if you find yourself in this position, then I offer you one of two choices. Either make the action plan that includes the micro steps that build upon each other into major steps that finally get you to sitting in that bar hall and taking the exam, or decide to table it. But walking around with the bar exam like a cloud over your head is detrimental to you now. It's taking away from all of your actual priorities right now, and it's building up a bank of resentment and low self-worth when it comes to the bar exam. You're low-key hating it, and you're low-key hating yourself because you keep breaking promises to yourself. Just like how you would feel if your father always promised to come through and take you out, but never came. And your mom had to keep explaining to you why your dad couldn't make it again. A resentment grows. A feeling of I must not be good enough grows. Your inner little person is saying, well, I must not be worth it because I keep not keeping my promises to myself. That's the part that hurts you in the future, in the long run. So this is what you do. Sit down clearly and decide whether you want to make this a priority. And if you want an action plan to make it a priority, then I encourage you to look below and find my quick start action plan for getting off the ground with bar prep, especially if you've been putting it off for years. There's that. If you decide, you know what, these priorities that I've identified that are at the top of my list are really true to my heart. They really matter, and I'm not willing to bump any of them down in order to elevate the bar exam. And if that's the case, good on you for realizing that and now make a firm decision to table the bar exam for some time. You can say, I will revisit this topic of the bar exam in 2 years. And live your best life from now till that time. And when you get to that time, revisit it. Put it on a calendar somewhere. Google Calendar lasts forever. Schedule it out for 2 years. And then when it comes up, take a look at it and decide, how do I feel about this now? Is this something that I want at the top of my list now? What you end up doing during this time is very similar to the benefit of what people get when they decide to take time off from relationships to work on themselves. If you actually do live your best life while single, when you go back into the dating world, you're a whole different person. Relating to people from a place of confidence and self-trust and knowing your self-worth. And you won't get the same kind of riffraff that you got in the past before you decided to take a break. So the same with the bar exam. If you decide to table this thing for 2 years and go live your best life ever, you're going to come back to the bar exam as a confident, renewed you. And it will not be the same bar exam process that you had before. Now, this is the long way to get to being confident and ready and motivated and energized about the bar exam. There is a short way. Within about 2 sessions with me, most of my private clients have a new lease on life when it comes to taking the bar exam. They literally say, I feel like I've been unblocked, renewed. I have so much energy available to me now, and now I get to channel that into the bar exam if they choose. It's always up to you whether you follow through with the bar or not, and it's always up to you whether you take a longer path or a shorter path. The longer path is take that break, go live your best life, come back to it later. If you're not living your best life in the interim, then the break is wasted. So please be sure that you're not going through that break period with the bar still hanging over your head. Come to a place of peace about letting the bar rest for 2 years. But if you want a shorter route there, then I encourage you to look below and see about setting up a consultation with me. I can walk you through what has been blocking you from getting it done and how you can get over those blocks so that you can keep your promise to yourself and finish this thing already. Now, the end result is up to you. One way or another, I believe in you, and I know that you are going to have a great life. You have a good life already, and you get to add to it in whichever way you see fit. Follow the steps in this video to come to a place of peace about what you're going to do with your bar exam. If you need an action plan to get you off the ground, even if you've been procrastinating on the bar for years, find that below. It's free. Download it. If you decide to give yourself a real true break so that you can build yourself back up, live your best life, introduce yourself to how good life can be with or without the bar, do that. Stay around, stay connected. Hopefully when you're ready, you can tap into the resources we have for you then. And if you decide, I don't want to spend any more time in this loop, I know I can do it. I just need the solutions plugged in, done for me pretty much, so that I can get past what's hanging me up and get past the bar exam already. If that's you, look below for my confidence Kickstart call, where we will have a chit chat and give you an actual plan for your life to get you past your personal mindset hurdles and beyond the bar. That's what I have for you today. Thank you for listening. Please tune in for the next one. And if this one was helpful to you, please like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. See you in the next one.